Hi friends, hope all are doing well. In this video, we'll be discussing on how to grow lots of tomatoes in our terrace gardens in the pot. Before we go into the video, for those who are watching my videos for the first time, subscribe to my channel, like and share if you like the content. Leave your comments below for more better videos. In this video, we'll be discussing on the tips to grow a tomato plant in the terrace and how your tomato plants can give you more yield. As you can see, the tomato plants in my terrace garden have been growing for a month now. They are flowering and already fruiting. They are cherry tomato plants. So it's time for the plants to be trimmed. They are being given a trim so they can start growing taller and bear more fruits on top. So what I'm doing right now is I trim the plants in the base. You can see the tomato plant has already started giving the tomatoes. When we cut the lower branches of the tomato plant, it stimulates the other branches that are left to grow quicker and bear more fruits, flower well, and also it will keep the tomatoes from getting into the ground and getting bugs attacked to the tomato plant. So that is why we trim the lower branches and then let the branches grow on top by giving it a support. So you can see I'm using a knife and trimming off all the lower branches, so it will automatically stimulate the plant to grow taller. So when you're using a knife, use a rust-free knife, so that's good, or if you have a cutter or a scissor, that is advisable. Now I finished trimming all the branches. You can see they are good, they were healthy, but still you need to remove them to get better harvest and healthy plants. So now that we are done trimming, we'll be making sure the plants can stand by themselves. Also, we will be clearing out the weeds and all the surroundings of the plant like this. Some green, some grass, whatever is growing around, you need to keep trimming them, so those won't take away the nutrients that you're adding for the vegetable producing plants. So now I'm checking the plants around the tub, whatever is growing that is not required. So in between the tomato plants, I have two guard creepers that I got all the way from Kerala, Munnar. So those are growing. I've left them to grow there, and I'm trying to pull out all the greens and grass that is growing all around, just to make sure the tomato plants are doing well and these weeds don't take away their nutrition and energy. Make sure everything is taken away so your tomato plants give you the best produce. Now that we are done removing all the weeds around the tomato plants, what we'll do is, with the help of thread, we'll be tying our tomato plants so they get enough support and they're trained to grow straight and towards the poles all the way up. So then the tomato plants are holding still from all the wind and all the bugs from the ground. So then the tomato plants will be stronger and they'll be growing taller. So now that you need to be gentle and then you need to train them around the thread that you're going to tie. The thread I'm using here is recycling thread that I'm using. So I'm not spending any kind of money to buy these threads. Any thread you find left over at home, or when you buy something, when you go shopping, you can keep those threads and use them. So that is what I'm using here to tie the tomato plants. Be gentle, because if the thread is sharp or anything like that, it can cut the plants. So very gently do that. Now I'm going to use this spade to just loosen the soil all around the plant. So before we add any compost or anything like that, the soil must be loose so the soil and the roots can absorb all the nutritions that is produced on top. After you loosen the soil, add enough manure. If you have liquid fertilizers, use liquid fertilizers. If not, you can use manures or compost that you compost in your terrace garden, and the plants will keep growing till they bear you fruits. The next video will be continued with the next episode. I'll be releasing it in the coming week. Please do wait and watch for more good information. Thank you. Please subscribe.